says we're live, so hopefully... Oh, I guess I should pull it up.
Bellinger. Lay down. Bed.
Let me...
Lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, we sound good.
Sweet.
Hey, let me... I'm sorry. Let me check my garage real fast. My dog's freaking me out.
Okay. I don't know what to... All right, well, Joseph will be back soon, and we're going to talk about Fallout. I should probably pull up... I can probably leave it over here. I'm sure I can read about the news from this side, kinda. Oh, there we go. That's better. Let's see here. Where are my saved? Oh.
Are you there?
I am here.
Yeah, we sound good.
Cool. Some stuff pulled up. If you'll post in the Discord.
Yeah.
Just double check, make sure. Okay, cool. I just needed to make sure. Alrighty.
Yeah. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. Just making sure, man. Right. Everything in order. My dog was just staring at the garage door, and she's already gone to the restroom, and she was just zoned in on that door. And I was like, all right, let me check and see what's up. But I don't know. Maybe she just liked the paint or something on the door. I don't know. Maybe she probably heard something. She's got them German Shepherd ears, so she probably was hearing a, I don't know, freaking dog 2 miles away.
Yeah, who knows, right? They're weird like that. Dogs are weird like that sometimes when they're like freaking out about something or they like notice something and you're like, why are you looking in the corner of the room like that?
Yeah.
What?
She's going on 13, right?
Oh,
she'll be 13 in August of next year. Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, especially considering she used to. I'm sure she still looks intimidating to people, but she used to have that pretty much all black face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now around her nose is just solid white.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so Fallout first, I guess. We're just gonna.
Yeah, you want to talk about Fallout?
Yeah.
What's your? You want to lead it?
Yeah,
because your thoughts, or you want me to?
No, I guess I'll go first because I can back up just a little bit since I'm caught up now. I still believe, without a doubt, that they really just need to end the Vault Dweller stuff.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time at this point. Who cares, right? Like, especially the stuff happening, like her brother is kind of like one thing or whatever because he's out now and, again, I don't think the show's good. I don't think it's good. But I think that there are things that are like weird for them to still be doing. Like the show's just it feels like it refuses to just leave behind the vault, and it should have left behind the vault.
That's what feels weird to you, is the vault still existing?
Well, it just still being given screen time at all. Because I don't really care that there's like a water shortage. Yeah, it's
not that interesting.
Yeah,
I don't really care about the dudes.
There's like infighting or whatever.
Yeah.
It's doing so much stuff that is just the most obvious choice, where it's like the lady with the eye patch is now just like evil because she has an eye patch.
Yeah.
Like, of course, they turned her into the evil one because she has an eye patch, and it makes her look more
And did they
evil.
ever say in season 1 or all this shit Whoopa Troopa in the troll room trolling?
Venezuela because I'm about to invade.
um,
I thought about.
what's that, Whoopa?
I thought about.
Hey, Whoopa. I thought about you. I don't know if you saw my Twitter comment talking about how Baylor lost everyone too, but yeah, as you probably are aware, I'm having the best day of my life with our starting quarterback of Washington entering the transfer portal. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're here to talk about. But slowly but surely, Whoopa, I am going to evolve this podcast into talking about college football more.
What? Hello?
Anyway.
What?
But
sorry, I think I passed out there for a second.
well, I'll get you there eventually, David.
Nah,
I'm going to take you to a game and make you a fan. That's what I'm going to do.
I like sports. I just don't care about anything of the inner workings of any of it.
You just got to go to a college football game.
Once
you go to the college football game,
it's not. No, that's
American in you will flourish.
Nah, I'm good.
It will.
And I've been to
You'll
college.
become ecstatic. You'll become an ecstatic erratic fan.
Nah.
You'll pick your team.
Dude, legitimately, one time.
It just can't be Oregon.
So
or the Cougars.
Before I used to live in Atlanta. I don't know if we've ever actually talked about this on the show or not. But a friend of mine from high school, we had just graduated and we were working at the same restaurant together. And one day, because he was kind of into football, like I just have never cared. And he's like, you should start following this team because their field is blue. And I was like, oh, nah, I'm good.
Oh, Boise State.
Yeah. For some reason, he thought that would get me to start. They got a blue field. I was like, no, I'll never forget that. I always thought that was really funny.
We will not allow any Boise State slander in this chat.
I mean, I just don't care one way or the other. I'm very neutral on blue field.
Oh, we're going to get you to care.
No.
I'm going to get you to care. That's my life mission now.
The more we talk about
it, anyway,
the less,
we're not here to talk about how great the Washington Huskies are and how much the Oregon Ducks suck and how Indiana is going to curb stomp them on Friday. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Fallout.
Yeah. YouTube just disconnected me for some reason. Because everything was fine on my end. I didn't even lose internet connection. They need to stop doing that. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. I gotta come up with a code name for you, unless you just want me to say David.
Disconnected him for a second. Oh, I don't care.
Cool.
The new YouTube CEO is a big Boise State fan. You upset them. Yeah, I don't think the vault stuff is necessary at all. I don't think most of the we talked about this already, but most of the stuff happening in the show, I just don't think should be there. Like I don't think these stories are like interesting enough. It's like they just have to find things for these characters to do. And then eventually you go back to Lucy and the Ghoul.
Okay, so is it just me, or does the storyline kind of feel or seem like it's more MacGuffin driven? What is character driven?
What is the actual story of season 2 other than Lucy's looking for her dad? Oh, I don't know what the point of the other
Feel free to chime in the chat and let us know what the point of season 2 is. But yeah, you got with Lucy is to get the Hank, right? And then the Ghoul is trying to get the Hank so he can find out where his family's at or what happened to them.
How much you want to bet if we get that far, he's going to be like, I don't know.
That's going to be the plot to season 3.
Yeah.
The Ghoul on search for his family again. And that's the thing. One of the things that we don't like, that we repeated over and over again when it comes to many different shows or movies. I'm looking at you, the Fantastic Beasts series, is when a show and the Witcher series grinds its gears on a narrative and it doesn't progress forward at all. So
Yeah.
hopefully that doesn't become a thing. But then
Well,
I would say, what's his name? Max, his deal.
Maximus.
I don't really know
Yeah.
what's the point of
He
him in season 2.
he's got a plot line. What it feels like, because I don't find his stuff all that engaging because the show's got a problem with whether it wants to be serious or not. Sorry, Woof was asking, are they combining New Vegas and Fallout 4? So some people might tell
Wouldn't
you
be able
like
to tell you. I don't
thi-
know the lore.
so some people would probably tell you this is adapting New Vegas. That is it is a very loose adaptation. I don't know if this is supposed to take place after the events of New Vegas. It might. There's some stuff that would lead you to believe that based on what happened in the last episode. Timeline, I don't know Fallout lore well enough to tell you like timeline wise like where we're at. But just vaguely based. I mean, if they're even trying to like truly tie it into the actual game. And then the Ghouls storyline is basically the main character from 4 if they like kind of fleshed it out. Like they changed some things, but it feels like they took the general idea of the main character from 4 and gave it to the Ghoul, because your character's looking, I think, for like your, depending on whether you choose male or female in that, either you're looking for your wife / like daughter or something like that, or your son.
Wait, are those the only 2 choices?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
I mean, maybe not now, but I'm pretty sure it was when the game came out. I mean, Fallout 4 came out in like 2014 or 2015, something like that.
Right.
Like that game's actually pretty old now. So there's like the hints of it in there, but they're kind of doing whatever. And it's like, I guess you could call her dad like a MacGuffin, but he's just like their North Star. Like that's where they're headed for. And I kind of get that, like we were saying before, if this was more serialized or monster of the week or just like thing of the week happening, and they're trying to solve these problems and they're the main focus, and then maybe you have like the occasional like flashback, or we check in with what's happening with Maximus, but maybe he's not showing up all the time.
Right.
I just
more like a C plot than even a B plot.
Yeah, it feels like they're spinning their wheels with really everybody. I mean, it's just like I don't know. And it sucks because one of the things I think, if you want to call it good, I mean, I think that the cast is good. I think the acting is good. I think they're completely wasted on this. Even Kamal, I don't know how to say his last name. I did. I mean, it's spoilers, I guess, but like he's only in 1 episode. Yeah. And his
complete waste of his talent.
Complete waste of him and Maximus, because when they were like talking to each other when they're in the bird or whatever, it was pretty good. I was for a minute.
Johnny. That's how I would pronounce it. Non Johnny.
Non Johnny.
No. Or if it's not Johnny, it's not Genie, maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know why they just had him show up, and that's what's so weird about the show to me is like it feels like they're not taking this seriously, like it is just a big joke to them, like haha, like they're in the big suit, and then occasionally you'll have like moments where they're trying to be serious, but it just feels like they're kind of like jerking me around emotionally. And I want them to pick like a tone. I also think that everything happening in the like present day for them of Fallout, like where the post-apocalypse, everything's too clean still. Everything looks like the cameras that they're using make like there's no filter on anything. Nothing looks like you're supposed to go, everything's run down, but what it feels like is that a lot of the characters are like cosplaying as these characters.
Yeah.
There's not enough of a barrier between the way that the show's like designed and edited, and like my ability to like perceive it that way. It just looks very clean, and it's because the cameras are really high quality, and I think what they needed to do was like color grade this differently and give it a kind of unique look that they don't really do. And the only time that I've seen it so far, really, where I went, oh, I kind of like that, is that flashback.
Oh yeah,
for the Ghouls character.
For the Ghouls character, yeah.
I was like,
opening flashback.
I was like, all right. I mean, again, we're talking about like in a vacuum, like just separated from everything else. I was sort of like, okay. I was like, there's something here. Someone had like
my favorite part
an
was
idea
how,
here.
Spoilers, by the way. My favorite part is how episode 3 opened with that scene and then closed with essentially the same cliffhanger of nothing happens. It's going to happen in the next episode. It's like
I know. I hate
said
that
this
too.
about every episode so far, I think, maybe with the exception of episode 1, but I think even episode 1. But episode 1, 2. This is 3 or this is 4?
4.
It's 4, right? Yeah. 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. They all seem to end in a weird spot.
Yeah, that's a dude.
I don't really understand the point of you had the setup of this big monster creature, whatever it's called. Because it's
called a death claw.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I saw that in the subtitle. So death claw, in the beginning. Why would you would end on that cliffhanger for the second time in a row and not just let it go ahead and like happen and lead to something else as a cliffhanger? That's just me. It just seemed odd to me.
How much you want to bet that they're going to get out of that situation by like pure circumstance, just because it needs to happen?
Some kind of huge coincidence and contrivance.
Yeah, because the way they'll depower the death claw in order for them to like get away or whatever, like just long enough for them to get away. Because the way they made that thing out in the opening, right? I mean, like. I don't, again, this is like a lack of like lore for me. I didn't think the death claws existed prior to like the nuclear explosion. My assumption playing through the games was that all of the stuff that you're seeing, like the ghouls and the giant roaches and the giant why am I forgetting the name of that bug? Scorpions, sorry. Like all of the like crazy animals that you see, and they haven't. I'd have to go back and watch season 1 again. I feel like there's some stuff from the games that they haven't added in as far as sort of the weirdness of living in the world, which I wonder if I'm right. I wonder if that's like on purpose, because I feel like studio heads have a tendency to be like to cut things because they feel like audiences aren't going to be able to like digest it properly. Like there's that stupid thing that always happens where they say, well, it's just like the audience won't like this, right? Like they want to dumb it down for everybody. And what I think that has a tendency to do is, especially with things like this, Lord of the Rings, whatever the case may be, is that you need those more fantastical elements in there because that's what gets you into the world. Just the little, sometimes the little details, how
the world building like that.
Yeah. So that's like really weird. And so basically I think what the show is saying is that the death claws were part of experiments and those were done before the nuclear fallout stuff, like years and years before. So this one of these death claws at least has been roaming around in Alaska for, I mean, it's got to be 10, 15 years before all that stuff happens. I don't know what the timeline is between Walter Goggins' character, like post Fallout. Pre-Fallout and then post-Fallout. There's a little bit of like how long has this like Deathclaw been around? I'm not 100% sure. I thought about looking it up and then I was like,
how are you supposed to kill them?
In the games, you just shoot them a bunch.
Okay.
They're not invincible.
I assume so.
They can die. Yeah. Now, what the show's going to do with it, who knows? They'll probably just turn it into a joke like they do everything else.
It's satire, David. They wrote the characters to be dumb.
It's bad satire. That is I'm going to just be honest. Like, not fully. I mean, it can be done properly, just being like you have dumb characters. I think the problem is like not everybody can be dumb, right? Like, there has to be, like, if you're going to do it, someone has to be like your voice of reason, whether that's your main character or whether it's just like a running character in the show. Someone has to be the one
Yep.
that like sees things for the way that they are. And like the ghoul is the closest that we get, but even then, I'm like, I don't know. It's like they just don't have enough for them to do. And it's weird where we're at right now, right? Because it's like, man, I barely remember episode 1 at this point, but it's basically, it feels
Right?
like they go to a place, a thing happens, they split up maybe, and then like, you know, Lucy goes to the next place, she gets captured, the ghoul comes, saves her, they go to the next place, talk to some people about some things. It's like jangling keys for everyone who's played New Vegas.
And here's the thing too. One of the things that bothered me with episode 3, or excuse me, with episode 4, is in episode 3, she doesn't listen to the ghoul, and she ends up going to the Romans, Kaiser's group, right? And then you would think in this episode, like, okay, a little bit more trust has been established. You would think she would at least pause when he says, "No, we don't need to go through this way. We need to go through the east side." And she would say, "Oh, why? What do you see? I just saw you looked out with your, binocular, basically. What's that thing called? I forget the exact term right now.
A scope.
Yeah.
Telescope. Rotoscope. It's a scope.
Something like that. Yeah, it's a scope, but
eyeglass.
Yeah, right? It's a marine binoculars. Okay. Well, anyway,
sure.
Like she clearly saw he looked at it, right? Or looked to see what was there and immediately says, "Hey, we need to go through the east side." You think, especially after what happened in the previous episode, she would stop and say, "Oh, why? What do you see? What's going on?" Or at least that he would even tell her, "Hey, there's a lot of feral ghouls. Something doesn't seem right. Everything's weird." And even more so, it's like before the death claw comes out, she's like, "Shouldn't there be more people here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they don't think to, when he says again, "I think we should go through the east side or whatever to see what those people have to say about what's going on." They don't stop and turn around. It's almost like, I don't think anybody would actually stay and do that. It seems like the logical thing you do in that situation that Lucy has learned at this point would be to, okay, let's at least go the other way, regardless of how much she wants to get to her father, Hank.
Whoop is cracking me up. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It was all confusing because they make it out to be like that the ghoul didn't really want to do that, but you're right. He seemed so sincere about it at first, and then she's like, "No," and he goes, "I hope you would say that," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then it's something like, because she's on drugs.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
And she really wants to get to her
father. And it's
father.
just like it's like another just like Fallout reference. Like, oh, I know that thing. Because that's what, I mean, like in Fallout, if you take too many drugs or whatever, you get addicted to them. And then you like have to keep taking them. Or there's like a penalty for a while if you don't. The problem is the show's, for me, it's just like, it's not written well enough for me to like care about those things, you know?
Yeah, no,
like,
I know what you mean.
If I was actually enjoying watching this, that's when like the jangling keys for me would be like, oh, that was cool that they did that. I mean, there's a lot, dude. There's so many references to Fallout New Vegas in this specific, like episode 4. There's been a lot of them anyway, but it was just like, oh, that thing. Oh, that thing was in that scene. Oh, I know that from the game and that from the game.
Yeah,
and
them jangling keys, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think the only other reason this episode probably was slightly more interesting is because it's got a little more action than some of the other ones have.
Yeah, it does.
3.
But it's forced action is what. That's the other point I was getting at. It seems like Lucy at this point in episode 4, when they're entering New Vegas, before they get to the feral ghouls, that she would say, she would listen to him and be like, "No, yeah, let's go to the east side. I know it's going to take an extra half day or day or whatever, but
they don't care.
We need to figure out what's going on." Like, it's weird that this is, especially it's weird that there's no one here and that it seems that the ghoul will put his foot down more. But again, it doesn't seem that they're taking the show seriously. And even with Max and his whole setup, and you know, he was just going to kill Quintus, I guess, to avoid having to
I don't know. I don't know.
like
I don't fully understand.
avoid consequences of killing the Commonwealth's dude. But I don't understand how that still wouldn't get him in trouble with with
They
everyone who
don't.
follows Quintus, and
Well,
then also when he says, go get the children. At first, I thought he was talking to Dane, and he's like, go get the kids. I thought she was gonna go back to where he had killed the Commonwealth guy, and I was like, how does she know about the kids? You haven't mentioned anything. But then it was the kids there at the camp. But yeah, I don't know. His storyline just isn't that interesting either, and his whole plan. I'm gonna kill Quintus so I can get away with killing the Commonwealth dude just didn't seem the smartest.
Nothing it doesn't make
Max's whole, like, he's gonna kill someone when they say that he's dumb, because that happened in like episode 3 or 2. Quintus told Max he was an idiot, or I don't need any talking from you, or whatever it was. And then furthermore, Quintus starts saying all this crap when Max has a gun pointed at him that we've seen Max let someone die, kill someone. So at this point, who's to say that Max wouldn't? Why? I don't know why Quintus would be talking all this crap to Max while he has a gun pointed at him as well. So I know that was kind of a lot, but that was kind of what was on my mind. I'm coming fresh off from watching this too, by the way.
Yeah, it just, they're not spending enough time with any of it.
Nope.
That's the problem, is that you're trying to build out this world, but we spend 5 minutes with Maximus, and he's just like, I guess, making mistakes, but he's just going to fall. It's like, I think you might have even said this to me at one point, that he just fails upwards.
Yep. I think I said that last week, actually.
And I think that's what's happening, but it's really hard to tell. And then, like, I guess they were trying to play up the whole thing of him killing the envoy as like a bad thing, but it kind of plays as funny. Yep. And so you're like, how am I supposed to take this? Is he in any real danger? And of course the answer is no. But I don't know what I don't know what I'm supposed to attach to with him or his story. And I think this goes back to your point that it does feel like a lot of the characters are just being dragged through the story. So it doesn't really, their actions don't, I mean, they have like consequences, but they're not, they don't matter really. Like the consequences don't seem to really matter. Like Lucy getting captured by the Legion didn't really matter. Nothing the Legion told her or anything that was going on between the two sides really mattered at all. Like I thought, because they keep, it's like rug pulling, right? They keep pulling the rug out from you. Like the Legion's a really good example of this in episode 3, because they set all of this up, and I'm sure they're going to show back up, but they sort of just finish what was, they leave you with like, oh, they're still having this like civil war or whatever, but it doesn't feel, there's nothing satisfying about it. You get to see the fight from the field in episode 3, so you're seeing like the long distance view of that, the conflict, and it's just like, oh, it's like, okay, it's like that's where we're ending that. And like even if they bring it back, I don't know. And I can't tell if some of that's budget.
Yeah. Even, and to your point about things not mattering, when they go to see the New California Republic after leaving the Legion, that doesn't really matter. I mean,
there's supposed to be a lot more of them too. That's why I'm not sure about what they're doing here. If this is, I don't know
if there's any point to them or not.
Well, I was waiting because your actions, obviously, like your actions in the Fallout games can have like different outcomes, and you can like wipe an entire city off the map in 3. Like there's all these different things that you can affect in that world. And I don't know if something happens with the New California Republic like at the end of that, where you can choose to go against them, and then like that, so they're showing the outcome of that. There's not that many of them left, or if this is just them again, if this is just jangling keys, be like, hey, you know that thing from the game, right? Well, here's that group, sort of, but it's like our spin on it, or what maybe ended up happening to them, or whatever. But I just, again, it's like they're jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing, and it's like none of it holds weight. And it's the same thing with the relationship, especially with like Lucy and the ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, other than the show is like telling me, like the whole thing with the ghoul. I think this was episode 4. It was 3 or 4. No, it must have been 3, because that's the one where he's at in the past. He's like at his friend's ceremony for like valor or whatever he was doing there, like going to support his friend. And they're just like telling you who the ghoul was. And again, it's this stupid thing that they do where they do all this exposition when they write, where it's like, okay, we're going to get all this information about who you're supposed to believe the ghoul is out in this guy's speech. We're not going to actually show you any of that so that you get to see the difference between who he was and who he became. And that maybe like a little bit that's in him. It's like, and that's the difference between, I think, like a show that is like really solid and has like good writing, where they're planning everything out. Because this show's just, you could almost say it's like not even like the writing, but the actual like what I would call like the scripting, or like the way that they decided to like navigate the story. So instead of giving us a partial episode or partial flashback of the ghoul like prior to that, and showing us like that valor and that like courage and who he really was as a person, then they, instead of doing that, they have a guy in a room talking to you, telling you about this specific thing, instead of us getting the actual like experience of living that out with him. And that seems really lazy to me. And it's probably budget constraints, which is kind of crazy for this show to, you'd think you'd be able to like put that in. It seems more important than like what they were doing with the Legion. But I don't really understand some of these like the way that the show's like flows. It's the same thing with, like I was saying earlier, with the Vault. Doesn't, like, why are we still bothering with this at all? Like, this is something,
we shouldn't be in the Vault anymore. It should just be over and done with.
Yeah, exactly.
We got people in the Vault, now we got the people out of the Vault, and one of them's like, we got to go to phase 2 now. I was Bud's personal assistant.
Oh, I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I was like, what am I doing with this information now in this storyline that I don't really care about? What they should have done, and this is like a classic television thing. You have like your first season, and maybe they're kind of a part of that first season, and then you purposely forget about them for like 2 more seasons. Like, you just don't you don't mention the Vault after Lucy's left. You don't talk about it. Maybe you sprinkle in little things about her brother and what might be going on with her brother, but like, you don't give him even like a full thing. It's like, okay, her brother, something happened with her brother in the Vault, and then you have like another little scene sprinkled into the season of her brother like leaving the Vault, and then like, so you give him like that's your little like carrot on a stick for people to keep watching, like, oh man, I wonder what's going on, and that gives the writers time to kind of figure out what they want to do with him, if anything. And then at some point, for whatever reason, maybe you reintroduce stuff that's happening in the Vault. You move it forward in time. You don't give us every single plot, but like, you set things up so where it's like, maybe most of the people in like Vault 33 and 32 are like dead now, and there's like a small group of them that have survived, and her brother was like sent out to try to like figure things out as well, right? Like, I don't know, you do something that's more interesting than what they're doing now, and like, you just leave it alone. Like, you don't, like, put it away. We don't need the Vault stuff right now. And it just becomes more obvious as the episodes go on, where it's like, I don't really like watching this show, but I particularly don't like watching the stuff going on with the rest of the Vault Dwellers, because it just doesn't, it's not driving the story forward at all. It's just their own thing.
I think they're at their best when they're focused on Lucy and the Ghoul, and everything else seems to be holding them down. Lucy and the Ghoul are the stars of the show, so to say, their storyline.
Yeah.
and them two together and how they play off each other versus I don't really care about Max. He's not a likable character, and I don't care about the fault stuff. Now, I understand you probably got to have you may have to have other B plots going in a C plot, but those just aren't that interesting in my opinion.
Agreed.
Max and his, got to save the kids and, like that's good. It's like, oh, see, you guys, Max really is good because he wants to save kids, yet he's done all this terrible stuff, beforehand, and he's just a boring character at that.
What's his
just
morality?
How he's written.
Like, what's his morality? Like, where does he land?
Himself, he's after. He doesn't want kids to be killed, which is good.
Yeah,
too,
great.
Yeah, great.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. And then the second thing is he's for himself, right? So,
Sure. Yeah, I would agree. I'm always curious of like someone else is getting another perspective on it, because you're sitting there just like, yeah, all right. But then it's like, was it I don't know. Because we didn't spend enough time with him or the plot line with the Brotherhood of Steel, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about him killing the envoy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They haven't
what
really
do you think about everything.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like the Brotherhood obviously has problems, and again, in a better show, they could have started to get into that where it's like, okay, I see their point, even if I don't agree that what they're doing is correct, which is what I think Maximus is that's like where he's supposed to land. Like, you're seeing all of this through his eyes the same way with Lucy. You're seeing a lot of the other wasteland through her eyes.
Yeah.
But then he might actually be as stupid as that dude says that he is, because he just like doesn't make good decisions. But
I get it's the Brotherhood of Steel.
I don't know why it's not like a good decision. It's like, so it wasn't good that he did that, but like now he's out of the Brotherhood of Steel probably, so like,
he's going to probably fell upward and start leading Quintus's faction. And then plus with that, you think like, so with him and Xander is who old dude plays from Eternals. In episode 3, when they're going and he's about to kill the kids, the whole lead up to that is, hey, we're trying to prevent a civil war. And wasn't it like, will you back me and prevent the civil war? Whatever it was that like and Max was like, I gotta think about it or whatever. But Xander was like, only you and I can prevent this. And if you do this, I can't remember what it is, then, we can prevent this civil war. And that moment when Xander's going to kill the kids that are ghouls, Max could say, hey, I don't want you to kill the kids. If you don't kill them, I'll do this. And we can prevent the civil war.
Yeah, and kept that storyline going, which was at least more interesting it's definitely more interesting than what we got.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, like interworking. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems like an easy solution to not have. Again, I guess they're just trying to convey that Max is dumb, and that's why, like in episode 4, it's just like, hey, my big plan is I'm gonna kill Quintus, and then after that, what? I don't know. I'm just gonna kill Quintus. That's gonna solve everyone from killing me for killing the Commonwealth and preventing the Civil War from happening. Nah, I don't know. Guess his big, he didn't have a plan, but I guess what the writers are trying to go with is, but he doesn't kill Quintus at the end. I don't know. Like, it would have made just even better sense for him just to run off with the armor and everything. At that point, if he killed Xander.
Yeah. So I what it got me thinking about watching it was, there was like a time when Game of Thrones was at its peak that people were perfectly happy watching people sit in a room and kind of like politic with each other.
Yep.
And that's, weirdly enough, I think what this show is missing a little bit is the dynamics between all of these different factions and all of these different people. Like, they don't spend enough time talking to each other and discussing like their thoughts on things, and then having those thoughts and feelings either persuaded or like we always talk about with the Ghoul and Lucy, where they're kind of opposite sides of the same coin potentially, and the sort of like push and pull that relationship has. And like you would think that the interactions that they're having with the world that they live in would also help to either like reaffirm or pull apart like the ideas that they each like oppose with each other or share with each other. And you just you don't get a lot of that. There's no like give and take, no push and pull as far as the show is concerned. It's just the same thing we run into with a lot of this stuff. It's like they go to this situation and then this thing happens and then someone is hurt and then someone makes a decision to leave this person and then there's no consequences for that decision. Like Lucy's decision to leave the Ghoul in pain in what was that, like episode 2? There's not really a resolution to that. Or at least there hasn't been yet. And if they do it now, it's going to seem kind of weird because they've already been back together for a while. And that seems like something that the Ghoul should have confronted with her in the moment. But they don't really ever have that conversation. They just go, well, actually, he's kind of a pretty good guy. And you see that like told to you in a flashback. And you go, well, okay, we're resolved. We're moving on. We're going to the next thing. I don't get it.
And then Dane giving Max the what is it, cold fusion or core? Right.
It's the power thing. They call it the artifact.
And he's like, why'd you give it to me? And she's like, because you're the only one who's not crazy or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Like, all you have seen is him be crazy.
Oh yeah, he is actually crazy. He literally like he's in that
that's
room.
All she's seen is literally that was the whole point of episode 3, about either 3 or 2, was him going down this path that she didn't agree with.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what they were going for.
Well, it doesn't matter.
And now all of a sudden it's like, hey, you take this because you're the only one who's good around here. You don't want to kill kids. Don't ever apologize for not killing someone.
Yeah. They're you know what? Honestly, the show's cowards for not letting what's his face just like mow down all the Ghoul kids.
Nah.
The show's like they just won't do anything. They're not even attempting to do anything interesting. It's so safe. The show itself, it's just really safe. And I think that's
up there wants to be over the top. It wants to force being over the top gory.
Yeah, and it's just like they're taking like some things and then like I don't know, like this. I'm not convinced of this world that they live in. It doesn't feel as dangerous as they like it should, honestly, or sometimes that they want you to make it out to be.
Yeah.
And I just
it doesn't feel that dangerous, does it? That's the other thing.
That's what I'm just like,
it never seems like any of the characters are at risk of dying. And still, I will die on this hill. How are there overweight people in the vault?
Or that one commander from the Brotherhood of Steel, she's like,
oh yeah,
very healthy.
Well, I mean, even that would make more sense to me, depending on how quote unquote wealthy the Brotherhood of Steel is and getting food and stuff.
They're all resource dependent. I mean, they're like a military. Yeah. They're like a military organization. They're not like it still doesn't make sense in that scenario.
It doesn't, but I can give a little bit more leniency with that, right?
She's the only one, Joseph.
I can stretch.
She's the only one. She's the only one. She's the only one. No one else in the Brotherhood of Steel is as healthy as she is.
But more so when it comes to the vaults. How in the world is there anybody in this entire world, but especially the vaults, who's overweight?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that was left over from last season that still doesn't make sense.
Hey, this big nuclear blast occurred that pretty much ruined everything and all our resources, and resources are finite and hard to come by. And we're stuck in this vault, and I have this faction, but we're able to eat a lot of food, let me tell you.
Yeah. And as bad as season 1 was, I still feel like there were some like running like all the different like running storylines. There were like things going on. There were at minimum like things happening in season 1, and I don't feel that way about season 2. Everything feels more empty and vapid, and like again, it doesn't really
Everything
matter.
just the episodes just seem to be ending oddly, just randomly cutting out. All right, we're good with this episode. It's not doesn't seem like those. You can make the exception with episode 4, maybe. Okay, we're doing the cliffhanger before the death claw, right? Okay, that's a little bit better than the previous episodes. I'm personally still going to include it. Be like, why are we just cutting off randomly like this and not ending on an intriguing cliffhanger or an intriguing part of the episode to lead into the next one?
Yeah.
It seems like with episode 4, you get the rug pulled out underneath you because it's like, oh, we ran into the death claw, or we got the death claw scene and in the beginning of the episode, and then we run into the death claw at the end of the episode. I'm like, oh, this is how they're going to end it. There's gonna be some type of fight or escape. They're gonna barely escape it somehow is what I was thinking was gonna happen. Some contrivance or something's gonna happen. It's gonna introduce a new character or something. Nope. We're just gonna end on it standing up.
Yeah, it's crazy to start seeing this more because
It's stand up under the building, and the building crumbled on its shoulders.
I was fine with that only from like they're at least establishing the like danger of this thing. Like this is something you clearly don't want to be messing with. I didn't think there was a problem with that. I just, again, you're right. I think it's
everything
the way
else
that
around it.
Yeah, and even with like they shouldn't have, if they were gonna do the cliffhanger with the death claw at the end, they shouldn't have done it that way at the beginning. Though I think the beginning was probably a stronger introduction to it. I don't know. It's like probably the only half decent thing. It's like, all right, like I see what you're trying to do here. And again, I think, Joseph, we wouldn't be feeling this way about something like that if it's been done in a better show. Because it's giving you, it's bookending.
Was better.
Yeah, it's bookending something that they're gonna like, get into. But then again, I think we're also halfway through the season, so this episode probably should have been the one where they
turned up
this episode.
The dial.
Yeah, and this end of this episode probably should have been them fighting that thing. And you could have had a significant death. Like could have just not just been the two of them. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing in particular that like really annoyed me that they did in episode 3. The music that they're playing when they like introduce like Macaulay Culkin, the way that it plays off is that it's supposed to be this like interesting reveal, but it's actually like a meta joke being like, hey, look, it's Macaulay Culkin. Like they do all the setup like it's a big deal that this guy's removing his mask, and then it's only because it's Macaulay Culkin, and doesn't actually make any sense for what's happening in the show. And so it's just one of those things. It's like, why did you do it like that? And that's why I'm saying I don't think they take this show seriously. Like I don't think they actually care what's happening from beat to beat. And have you seen anybody talking about this? Have you seen anybody like talking about the show a lot?
No, I haven't.
It seems like it's getting buried by the Stranger Things stuff.
Probably is.
Because did you hear about that?
I'm so glad I gave up watching on that show after season 2. One of the best decisions I've made when it's come to entertainment, so I don't have to waste my life.
Fair enough. Did you hear about what happened though with the finale? So, I guess like the fans of the show were coping really hard about the ending, and this theory started coming out that there was going to be a secret last episode that was supposed to air today, and then it didn't, and then all these articles came out. There was like, oh, the rumored, or however they were saying it, like last episode that all these fans thought was going to happen didn't actually happen, and it was like, duh, like that obviously wasn't a thing. Like they're not that smart. We've established this. And then because there were a couple people I work with that were like, oh, did you hear about this? And I was like, yeah. I was like, do you think it's going to fix the show for you? And they're like, no. Then like, then why does it matter? Like if the show sucks already, like if it's gotten to the point where definitively more of Stranger Things is bad than is good, which is just par for the course at this point. I watched it in real time with Star Wars, and it's like as time went on, I remember this was pretty soon after The Last Jedi. and you start kind of like going through Star Wars, and I know like the Zoomers love the prequels, but I'm not. I don't. I think they're probably still bad Star Wars for the most part. They're just not as bad as some of the stuff that we have gotten. It's like old school bad. It's insane to think that you have like modern bad and then like what used to be considered bad. It's so weird. But there was a point in time where I was like, we're headed in the direction of having more bad Star Wars than good Star Wars. And I know there's like a lot of like the hardcore fans out there that would vehemently disagree with me because the Clone Wars exists. The Clone Wars isn't that good.
Yeah, David.
It's not good. It's kind of bad. Dave Filoni isn't very good.
He's gonna save Star Wars. David.
Oh, it caused trouble, man. I'm putting all these these clips out there.
The first thing he's gonna make is gonna be the Ahsoka movie.
Oh, dude, I just like he's not the right choice for this.
Who just like I just don't even care about Star Wars. Honestly, why people do at this point.
Most people don't. It's not. It no longer holds the same kind of reverence for people that it once did.
And it's Hollywood as a whole. We're so shocked when something good comes out these days because most everything is typically bad.
Yeah,
that's just the honest truth. Not technical wise, but writing wise. And so, regardless of who's at the helm, kind of the same thing we've been saying with Lord of the Rings, in that what are they going to be able to do that's different? How's it going to be different? I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe you can have one of those deals where someone like Peter Jackson can pull his weight, but
we have more bad Lord of the Rings now than we do good Lord of the Rings.
Yep. But The Hunt for Gollum's going to...
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Allegedly, David, this is a movie, and I don't know if this is true. I just saw a post on Twitter about this. But allegedly, very loosely alleged, this was the movie that Peter Jackson has been wanting to make for 20 years, but he wanted to make it before The Hobbit. He wanted it to be a bridge film between The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and so you'd get this film, The Hunt for Gollum, which would then lead into The Hobbit. But
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I don't believe it. He's too late. Also, why would you make a bridge film about something that happens between Fellowship and Fellowship?
Oh yeah.
What? I don't believe it. It doesn't. Even if that is true that he like thought about making this for like a really long time, it's too late. No, I don't want to see what he does with this. I mean, obviously, seems like at this point we're going to, but I really wish someone would just be like, Peter, don't. Just leave it alone. Just let it go.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it's funny. It's like Indiana Jones and the third and final Indiana Jones movie, where his dad's just like, let it go, Indiana, and he lets it go and he moves on with his life.
You come up with dysentery of diarrhea.
It's time to. What are you talking about? No, there's only what?
The last movie.
Yeah, there's only 3.
The best James Bond in the history of Indiana Joneses.
Are you having a stroke?
Just messing with you.
What?
No, you talking about the best Indiana Jones ever made? The Disney one, this last one that came out.
What are you talking about? Disney never made an Indiana Jones movie.
That's exactly right.
Like I said, there's only 3.
Yep.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we agree.
There are only 3 Lord of the Rings or Middle Earth movies that this household recognizes.
Call them Lord of the 3 Lord. They are 3 Lord of the Rings movies, even if it's
you gotta
just
say
story.
Middle Earth because there's a Hobbit too, and so it's like, man,
what
I really do.
They made Hobbit. They made Hobbit movies.
Yeah. I need to get that fan edit cut to where it just cuts it down to one cohesive narrative, and that's it. I need to figure out which one to get, and then maybe it will be different. But I will say though, casting wise, they pretty much got that movie spot on.
I heard someone say one time that having so many dwarves in the movie is like a problem for the narrative, because you have to like, it's a little different than like reading a book and then being like there's like 12 dwarves and then you don't necessarily pay attention to all of them, but like because you see all of them in the movie, it's weird that some of them just like they just like don't, they kind of just are there. They don't, maybe they talk every once in a while.
Here's
but they don't.
The fat one, he eats a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the dumb one, he can't talk.
And I think you can like make that work still, but I think because of like the size and scope,
think that was the problem. Honestly.
It's not. I'm not saying it was. I'm saying it's criticism people have of it. Yeah. And it's like it's a part of it, right? I mean, it's never just. It's typically not just one thing. Like I think even some of the best stuff out there, like you can point to things that like weren't the best about them, you know. Or that there's like criticism there.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I always thought that was kind of interesting because it's kind of true. I mean, it's not the biggest problem with that movie, but it's definitely interesting. It's like you have because there's like so many characters, right? And it doesn't work the same as it did with Fellowship. Like it's significantly inferior to the little like moments during Fellowship that follow through all the way to the end of that, and then some of them that move into like the following movies and the things that happen and the way that characters interact with each other and the way that relationships develop, and like it's all happening so naturally, and it's sometimes so weird watching those because you look at it and you're like, why doesn't this happen anymore? Why can't they do this anymore? It's like it seems so simple. It's just like you just have them interact with each other, and then you're like, they're here now. This is where we want them to end. What do we do in between that to make it like naturally flow to the place that we want them to be at the end of our story? And then instead of doing that, they just look directly in the camera and they go, "This guy is nice. Don't let his exterior fool you. He's actually a good guy." Yeah. You know, instead of just letting it happen naturally, you have the blueprint for it. And I swear they have time for it too. They just nobody cares, man. It's it's really interesting to see it. It just that's the way that it feels a lot of the time with a lot of this modern stuff. It's like for the people have had all the conversations out there about what like Hollywood is doing and the discussion around like woke stuff or whatever's happening. But then when it really comes down to it and you watch these shows, it's like they're making something and it just doesn't seem like they care. You know, but then everyone goes, "Well, it looks nice." And it's like, okay, whatever. You know, go get some paintings if that's all you care about. You know, it's like the medium's just different. It's the same thing with games, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Before we close out, because I'm tired of talking about Fallout. We talked about it way longer than I had any intention to, but here we are.
Yeah, he texted me before the show.
I was like,
and he said, I don't want to talk about Fallout for that long.
We're 4 hours. We're like 4 episodes into it, 4 hours, I guess. And it's just, not that I expected it to get better, but it's not good.
Look, I'll give you an hour, at most 2 hours to pull me in. If it wasn't for the podcast, I would have stopped watching by now.
You wanted to watch this? I forgot that you had mentioned something about wanting to watch Predator because you sent me that message earlier. And I
didn't have time to.
You're like, oh, I didn't have time to watch Predator, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I thought about it for a minute. I was like, oh yeah, I guess he did say something about that.
Yeah, I was gonna try and watch it and see. I mean, I watched a little bit of it.
We should
last night, but I was like,
I know we should.
I was like, I just got finished. I gotta have mercy on me. I just finished going through from the start of Christmas, like right before Christmas, to now, all of Jurassic Parks from the first one to Rebirth, and I had to rewatch the last trilogy for a second time and Rebirth for a second time. Rebirth was really hard to get through. But what did we learn, David, in Rebirth in the opening scene? Don't litter.
Eat Snickers.
Don't litter, David.
But what if I really need to?
There's so many plot holes in that. That stupid movie. At the end, I'm like, how the heck did he get away from that dinosaur at the end of the river when it was like going down to eat him?
Dude,
like,
all he had to do was throw that thing away.
That's it.
That's all he had to do. It was
throw the player away.
I was irrationally angry at that. Like I was screaming.
I was halfway expecting when I had first watched it that he was going to throw it away. I forgot about that scene, so I was like, okay, he's going to throw it away, and then the T-Rex, because how they do,
Yeah,
the T-Rex always has to be on
thing.
top. The T-Rex always has to be on top at the end of every movie, and so I thought he was going to throw the flare, and out of nowhere, the T-Rex was going to come, and they were going to fight. But nope.
Nah, the T-Rex got beat by a rubber boat.
Yeah.
So dumb. I'm not even joking.
That
it's not
Latin
even a
family
joke.
has
It
so
sounds like a
much-
joke.
That Latin family had so much plot armor, dude.
Yeah, plot armor of the year 2025 goes to that little girl. In particular, that family for sure, but definitely that little girl.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cowards.
If
Shoulda
it
gotten
wouldn't have
eaten.
been, if it wasn't for War of the Worlds coming out last year, Rebirth would have been the worst movie. But War of the Worlds was
Rebirth
horrible.
Rebirth was
There were more interesting parts in it than in War of the Worlds.
I still think Captain America: Brave New World was probably the worst movie of last year. Listen, because
no, I won't, David.
Not only was that story nonsense, not only was it a not very good-looking movie, but also it was so poorly edited. Like, it was just a big jumbled mess. Like, as
Did
bad
you watch
as
War of the Worlds?
No, why would I? Why would I have watched?
Okay,
that?
that's why you're saying. Captain Falcon Soldier Winter is
One of them had a way bigger profile. I think it counts. If it counts for other stuff, it counts for this. Like, War of the Worlds is a dumpster.
It's a Microsoft
bin
Teams movie.
It's not a multi-$100 million Marvel movie that kind of feels like it was written and edited by fifth graders. Like, it's totally different. They're on completely different levels of bad.
For fifth graders, stand.
Yeah, fair enough. No, it's definitely. I mean, I think that you gotta account that has to account for something.
It's the same argument I made with the Rings of Power being a worse disaster than Witcher or anything else.
Agreed.
Because it's Tolkien. You're trying to adapt, and the height of that,
the amount of money
to fall from, the money and everything else than these other shows.
And Witcher, you could argue that season 1 has some merit, not fully.
Yep.
But there's actually maybe a full episode in there that is possibly good.
I think our conclusion from season 1 of The Witcher was, okay, there's some legs here.
There's something there. Yeah, they.
It's not great. It's not an amazing television show. It's not bad. It's not horrible. But there's some legs there.
They forgot how to count too.
Yeah,
they get the years. They get some years wrong in it. It's something about series age. It's been 2 or 3 years.
The timeline.
There's something wrong with the timeline. Not only the way that they go through, because that was everybody's complaint, but series age from I don't remember if it's when you first meet her or from her youngest time to the very last episode. They mentioned something about her age, and the age gap is wrong for the amount of time that's passed. It was something weird I caught on a second watch through of it that I was like, guys, I think you forgot how old she was. It's been so long too, I can't remember. But yeah, there's some merit to season 1. There's there's that episode with the guy that looks like a boar. And he has the curse on him that he wants lifted.
Yep.
I thought that episode was pretty good. It's very witchery. And then there's the episode with the
rats in it that you really liked.
I honestly don't even remember what you're referencing.
That's the dumb group of season 4. The group that Siri hangs around with, the rats that they made their own. We found out, I guess yesterday we were looking at Netflix. They made their own movie for the rats as well. And my keeper was like, why did they make a movie about the worst aspect of season 4?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch season 4 at all.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. But there's one other one where he goes to the wedding when he basically becomes Siri's father. He gets ownership of her because it's the secret Secret Promise or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that episode was pretty
Yep.
good. I like, and again, like Henry Cavill's a good actor, and everybody was like, it felt like for the most part they were taking it seriously. And then the show does just degrade over time, it just becomes more of the like modern fantasy slop. All right, well, I was gonna go over some movies from next year, but we can wait for another week or whatever. Because I'm kind of
next week.
I'm kind of curious about some of these.
Upcoming movies.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was trying to avoid it, but friend of the show Justin, he sent me a text message. I think like the day after we recorded last week, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go see the Bone Temple?" And I was like, not particularly. And then he called me or whatever, and then I was like, fine. I was like, whatever, we'll just go see it.
So you're gonna go see that crap movie?
Yeah.
Let me know how it is, because I'm not watching it.
When's it come out?
I'm gonna try and go see the Oscar
16th. Okay.
nominated, or the acclaimed Oscar movie for this upcoming year. Prestigious, renowned, everyone's excited for it. Greenland 2 Migration.
I think you just like hurting yourself, dude. Have you seen the first one?
Well, I think I'm a masochist. The first one.
Have you seen the
There's
first
the
one?
first one, David?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What? I don't know.
But hey, hope is uncharted territory, David. That's what the poster for the movie says.
Great.
Hey, listen, the surviving Garrity family must leave the safety of the Greenland bunker, David, and embark on a perilous journey across the decimated, frozen wasteland of Europe to find a new home. At the end, they're just going to show Trump coming in and buying Greenland. That's what this whole movie's about.
Oh, great.
That got announced today, by the way. I just randomly saw that, and I was like, not interested in this post. I don't want politics on my feed. And so supposedly, our government is going to be making a push to buy Greenland. It was formally announced to Congress today, and that's what Greenland 2 Migration's about.
Oh.
Guarantee it. No, I'm joking.
Okay. Well, I'm sure.
No, I just wanted to go and watch it and just, it's a movie that's coming out. I got to up the number of movies I watched this year from last year. So.
Okay. Well, there's like a Daisy Ridley movie called We Bury the Dead that is like allegedly supposed to be out. So I'm trying to figure out.
Hey, I don't want to hear anything. You're going to go see Bone Temple, which is directed by.
With a friend.
Yeah, but you can try and blame Justin all you want to. But what's the chick's name? Nia DaCosta.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at
lady's name, I should say.
At least I'm going to watch something that's relevant to what we're doing and not going to see Gerard Butler End of the World slop.
How is that not relevant to what we're doing?
We have never brought up Greenland. We have never brought up Greenland ever. Not even once.
That's why I'm bringing it up now. I'm giving it its due justice, David.
Brother.
It has a cult following.
You're going to come in here and be like, it was bad.
Just like the movie 2012 does.
I regret seeing this.
That was a horrible movie.
Oh, dude.
2012 was horrible.
Yeah,
that movie was worse than Greenland.
No way, dude. At least 2012 is like in absurd territory. Like there's some wild stuff in that movie that none of it makes any sense. And everyone should have died. Like no one should have been able to survive any of what was happening. But I find it like so funny. I watched it a few years ago because I hadn't seen it in so long, and I was just like, it's incredible. Like the whole, those are the kind of movies I feel like where the and then that's that, because that's all it is, right? It's the movie starts and then this happens and then this happens.
Oscar nominated. It's going to be therefore this happened.
Well,
I was just checking out the cast, and it has Marina Karin. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
Pronounce her last name. Basarin. I know she's Brazilian, and I was just thinking, she kind of, well, she was born in Brazil. She's Italian, Lebanese, Portuguese, Brazilian, all that whole deal. But anyway, I was kind of thinking, looking at her, she has a somewhat of a resemblance to what's the Wonder Woman chick that can't act?
Why is her name slipping my mind?
Oh gosh, she was in Snow White.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Sure.
She has that resemblance, and I was like, she's a better actress. She could have easily played Wonder Woman.
Yeah, who knows?
More so, better than Gal Gadot. No offense to Gal Gadot. I mean,
yeah, hey, Joseph, but she's not a
if
Jew.
They asked me to play one.
Got him.
You didn't get me with that one.
It's perfect timing. And on that bombshell,
yeah,
she was great, dude.
There's some idiot saying that.
I know. She was great back. So she was in Firefly and Serenity, and that was kind of how I got introduced to her. And then she's never really. She was in Deadpool.
I don't know. You think
less and less?
Let me ask you this: do you think I would have to go back and watch her Gal Gadot's earlier stuff, but do you think that she's gotten so much plastic surgery that's why she can't make expressions with her face?
No, I doubt it. I think she's yeah. I'm
not saying I would be any better, but
I think there's plenty.
If they want to pay me $1 million to play Wonder Woman, I'll play Wonder Woman.
There's plenty of actors,
Superman or whoever.
Sure. There's plenty of actors and actresses who have gotten like surgery or whatever, and it doesn't stop them from acting properly. I
don't know what it is. I feel bad saying it too, because most of the time, how since we started this podcast and started talking about this stuff, I've always erred on the side of it's not the actor's fault, it's the direction or primarily the writing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of you.
In this case, it's kind of been like, I even defended what's her name from Dune and Spider-Man. Mary Jane chick, what's her name? Zendaya.
She is just incredibly dull. I don't know. I mean, like, it's different.
I know that's kind of what you have promoted, or not promoted, but how you have analyzed her acting. In the same way, it's unfortunate to say it's the same thing with Gal Gadot when I see her acting.
Sure.
It's like I just don't
think,
get it. And I get your point with Zendaya too.
I think
by the way, I do get that. She kind of has the same expressions in every scene.
Yeah, I think Gal like tries. Zendaya gives off the air of not really caring. Like she just kind of and it's like it was kind of quirky 10 years ago when she was like in the first Spider-Man movie. The problem is that like as your career goes on, if that just becomes what you're known for, people are going to point it out and be like, do you have range? Can you play anything? Because like everything she's in, it's that sort of sour-faced, probably snarky, like misunderstood character. Like that's kind of what she plays, and it's old at this point. It's same thing with like, because to a degree,
I don't want to. It sucks kind of criticizing people like this, but it's kind of like acting wise. It's just I can't help it, Gal.
I guess
Zendaya, it's just like every scene is wooden.
Yeah, and that's what it's the same thing as if you got bad food.
Yeah.
Like why?
It's not personal.
No, I don't know them. Why would it be personal?
Well, you told me before we started it was personal for you.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, on that note, I think we'll end it there. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, for tuning in to episode 223 of The Underground. We'll be back next week, probably with some more Fallout, unfortunately.
Yep. But hey, don't worry. In
We'll
2
spend
weeks,
less
it will be
time.
Fallout and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I guess. We'll probably dump Fallout and be like, yeah, still bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll see.
And then I guess you'll talk about Greenland whenever that is a thing. And then I'll
Maybe
talk about
We'll
Bone
see. I'm not
Temple.
promising I'm going to go watch it, but
Oh, well,
I may.
why do we have what? Make up
I
your
don't know
mind.
if I'll have time to.
Make up your mind,
I
Joseph.
can't help it. And you know where I live. I don't even know if this is going to be playing at my movie theater.
You're out here making plans before you even know.
Yep. I said I was going to try to. I never committed.
Whatever, man. All right, y'all.
Hey, you go enjoy your
I will. I'll enjoy
zombie movie.
I'll enjoy spending time with a friend.
Oh, I literally can't watch it, by the way, because all they're playing at my theater, and this is what I'm talking about, is Avatar, Fire and Ash, and The Housemaid. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, The Housemaid made a lot of money. Someone made a really good point about it, that it's like someone made a movie with a simple premise that is like specifically targeted to one specific sex.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is fine.
and
'cause
Paul
they-
Feig, man, like he sucks, but you know, congratulations, I guess.
Is he the director or something?
Yeah, he's the guy that did the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, the all female
Ooh.
cast, as well as some other stuff that's just hot garbage.
So he was part of the
I-
Freaks and Geeks TV series.
Yeah, well, this is like a weird thing that happened where, because Kevin Smith kind of has the same problem. He kind of used to write interesting characters, and he had like something to say, and then at some point something happened to him, and he forgot how to do that, and then just started making like kind of weird, not good movies.
Yeah.
And it's odd, right? And then the whole like He-Man thing that he did, and like he just kind of fell into. It's kind of the similar thing with like James Gunn, like all these guys. Because I should go back and watch it, but I remember liking Bridesmaids when it came out, and that was a Paul Feig thing. And then I don't remember ever seeing anything from him. And then he comes back on the scene with like the Ghostbusters movie, as well as some like other stuff that just doesn't really matter to me. Like we're not his target audience.
No.
But it's also really funny that this very white man specifically makes movies like targeted at like wine moms
Yeah.
in Hollywood. He might be gay. Who knows? That would explain like why they let him do that, but
Maybe.
it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? It's like they not that we believe them when they say that stuff, but like for all of their like pontificating's not the right word. Maybe it is. All the stuff that they're constantly like shouting about with like equality and everything, and then it's like this white dude is out here like making successful movies for women in 2026. This is interesting. All right. Well, we'll end
On
it
that
there.
note,
Yeah, on that bombshell. Thank you all so much for watching the show, listening to the show, whatever you happen to be doing. We'll be back next week with another episode, and until then, y'all, take it easy.
okie doke.